Hey there, and welcome back to Cursed Seeds, an educational monster train series where we struggle through the toughest challenges around. I'm getting a lot of submissions lately that have essentially no context provided, and that's okay. I don't mind when I'm given nothing. I will say I think the best runs, at least for me, are the ones where I'm given why they lost, but not too many details about it. I like to understand what about the run was particularly challenging for a person because it ultimately means I can speak more to that as I'm recording the episode. In these particular cases where I'm just given, hey, this run killed me, it ended my win streak, I replayed it and found a win that way, but I'm not really sure how I would have done it the first time. Okay, fair enough. Basically, that just comes down to okay, play the run in a normal way and don't completely lose. So, fair enough. We do have a couple wins on this one already, and one loss. This loss is pretty far along, actually, right? I don't know when it actually is. 17.7k, that could be like a Seraph loss, maybe, or maybe a Ring 7. I have no idea. It could be even beyond the Divinity. I don't know exactly when this point threshold is. But it's pretty late in the run, honestly. It's either Seraph or Divinity, in my opinion. The wins that I'm seeing here are, well, range from decent. 53k is a decent win. And then 48k, this is the kind of okay win. This is the win that you get after you've leaked a little bit, but not too terribly much on the Divinity or Seraph. So, interesting. We'll see. This is Prince with Shade Splitter, so not a particularly strong clan combo. I imagine this being carried pretty heavily by Hellhorned, though it's not guaranteed. I mean, this could end up on like Alloyed Construct or something. Who really knows? But we'll have to see. So the only other thing I know about this run is that there's apparently a cheeky line that does get a victory that it seemed impossible to figure out on your first time through. Okay, who knows? Maybe I'll find it. We'll see. As long as it's not something ridiculous like randomly draft sketches in the beginning and then find Shadowsiege or whatever, because I'm never going to do that, right? I think that is one of the biggest baits in strategies you can ever take. When you just have a clan combo like this, don't just YOLO sketches because you're saying to yourself, "Hey, if I don't hit Consumer of Crowns or Shadowsiege, I just lose the run." You're not going to win a sketches run where your sketches unit is what, Crucible Warden or something. So don't even try it. Just don't. Anyway, let me at least explain what's going on in case you're joining us for the first time. Basically, this is a series where I am playing viewer submitted runs, be they cursed or blessed. Usually I've been going with blessed. I've been cursed lately, though I've been playing a few of the blessed runs on my own on the side. They're fun, but at the same time that they're only so informative. I only put them on the channel when it makes sense. Anyway, basically if you're playing Covenant 25 Monster Train with no mutators and you either struggle with a run or you find a run awesome, you can submit it my way and go to your run summary, generate a challenge link. It looks like this 3-word combo here at the top of the screen, and I will play it for you on the channel. So we're currently on a 54 win streak here. We had a very interesting all-in Dark Calling Rector with a multi-strike draft infused into an Icy Silliphite, a plus 30 flash freeze for payout on the spell weakness, and a holdover -1 molded. There was also just a random +25 shark, and Cuddlebeard, bizarre and strong. A good run, but not my ideal Dark Calling, but it does get there. If you're interested in how to submit these runs to me though, when you generate them, the easiest way is on my Discord server. There is a channel for it. You can find the Discord server in the top right of my main page on YouTube. The idea here is that you put it in that channel. This is ideal because it means that usually other people on my server will play the runs for you first. So you might actually get some feedback kind of similar to these two wins here instead of just me, right? Because I'm delayed by how long I can actually run the episode, how long it takes for me to pull it off. There's so many things in the queue that I'm probably delayed a little bit. You might get some immediate feedback that way, which is pretty cool if possible. You can also, of course, submit them to me on a YouTube comment. I've gotten them emailed to me. Heck, I get them sent to me on Reddit randomly. There's a lot of ways you can get in contact with me for that. Basically, get it to me somehow, and I will put it in the right place and run for you eventually at some point. So that's kind of the goal here. I don't have much else to add. So yeah, as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's see what Prince has for us today, huh? Let's do it. All right, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Not much really to report, honestly. Nothing too crazy. So let's go ahead and get in on it. It is early morning for me. I felt like recording before work like a crazy person, so here I am. Curse seeds are always a tough one before work because you can never know how long these will take. Most of these runs are not that cursed. They're like tricky, right? And I understand why people lose to them, but most of them are not genuinely abusively bad. Those do exist, and they take forever to play, which makes them not ideal to record before work because I could miss a meeting or something or have to pause it or whatever. Anyway, hopefully this isn't one of those. We'll see. So let's get in on it. Today we are, as I mentioned before, default Hellhorned, default Umbra. It's an okay clan combo, but not great. We are facing Daedalus, the Plating Seal Daedalus, that's what it is. We have Rage Fell and Sap Seraph with Hidden Passage, Prismal Dust, and Important Work. They're fine. Low impact in some ways. Hidden Passage is good utility. I always like having it. It's never amazing, but sometimes it's your line. Prismal Dust is good survivability. I like this card. Important Work if we lean imps is always nice. I have to assume as a Cursed Seed that we're not going to see anything that makes particular sense. Nothing obvious will show up, so we may need some cheeky answers, but we'll see. All right, we have temples today on 3, 5, 6, and 8. That's a pretty good spread. Not my perfect set, but still pretty good. We have a removal dupe steel side on 8. That's excellent. We'll probably use that. Good steel shop on 7 with an okay magic competing. Another removal dupe with some money on 6. Good. It does compete with a no money trinket shop. It's going to be hard for me to justify this unless I'm completely wealthy, but we'll see. Good magic shop on 5. Vortex and money. We have also, frankly, a good steel shop. It has a horde and a caverns. So honestly, both sides are good there for different reasons. Hellhorn banner removals on 4. Steel shop with money and health. It's okay, but it is a steel shop if I need it. We have double magic in the early. Okay. We have an Umbra banner on the steel side on 2. I do not like Umbra banners. I tend to avoid these. We'll have to see. If I have a good... The way I'm going to think about this, by the way, if I have a good imp walking out of ring 1, then I'm much more inclined to face the Umbra banner, because with a multi-strike or an endless, you can do something good. If I don't have a good imp, it's probable that I might just go to the Hellhorn banner for the magic side because it's better, even if I don't get an upgrade for some lines, right? I won't get a steel shop upgrade then until, what, ring 4? So... But we'll see. There is an Umbra banner on ring 3 if I'm desperate with the Hellvent as needed. So, alright, fair enough. Okay. It is a Prince, so we'll look at the Horde first. Yeah, alright. The cheeky line here is haha YOLO sketches. Doing this is just like death. Right? Let me walk you through how bad this is. I hate these because a lot of people in Monster Train love just YOLO clicking sketches. It's very good if you are just don't care about win streaks, because all it takes is one good high roll and your run is nuts. Cool, I'm glad to see it. But if you're trying to win streak, this is statistically a very bad decision, because the only good targets here are rare units, which you are very unlikely to see, and very specific rare units. You need Shadowsiege or Consumer. I guarantee you that the cheeky line here is just YOLO sketches, because once you've seen the run, you know what's there, right? You know that Consumer of Crowns Demon Fiend is in this stupid Hellhorn banner, and it's the end of the universe. Maybe you know Shadowsiege is there. Frankly, I would probably take Shadowsiege anyway, because his infusion is excellent for Horned Warrior, but No, I think taking the sketches here is throwing, even if you do maybe have some idea that the run is going to go that way. So we take Faulty Loader. There's no universe I click the sketches. It is suicide. I'm trying to think of any world where I do this. No, there is no world, right? You could maybe argue this if you have a single like alloyed construct. Just playing it for free is not a bad thing, but it makes your early games so difficult because of the 4 train stewards. You're never actually feeding the construct, so it never works out, and you can't afford to remove all your train stewards that early. There's no world you click that. We Faulty Loader here. Absolutely. We take Wrathful. It's better than Reaper every time. There's no world we click this Horde. I am nowhere near strong enough for it. Yeah, we move on. Okay. Fair enough. Mark of Invasion is... This is fine. I'm guaranteed to survive, right? I can survive off of Hidden Passage, Prismal Dust, Shade Splitter, Torch, or Train Steward. So we can take money here. No problem. I have so many cards that answer this initial floor. And the Prince actually, he does great work here, right? Yeah, we can actually play him in front, ping 1, and he comes out even on this, right? Or I could put the Train Steward down, get it shot, and take 3 damage to the Pyre. I think what we're going to do is I am going to just do the Torch here, and then we'll play it like this, and this will be okay for me. I'm alright with that. Like, we get Rage out of it, and it's a wash on his health, but it's fine. Okay, unfortunately, we did not get a Torch for the Collector. You hate to see it. Yeah, I mean, we'll at least kill a guy on mid-floor. It's a shame, but it's okay. We'll take 2 to the Pyre. I'm okay with that trade. Cool. We're going to ping 1 upstairs so I avoid this damage. I'm going to take the Shade Splitter because anything I do is good. I should have looked at the Shade Splitter first. It's fine. It's fine. All good. Alright, let's look at this Shade Splitter, see if I hit one that does damage. We don't. So on this turn, we don't get it. It is what it is. I could have saved 1 damage to the Pyre if I'd played this just a tiny bit smarter, but I'm not terribly worried about it. It's things like that. People always make mention of it on my videos. They're like, other YouTube content creators don't make those mistakes. Why do you make those mistakes? And the answer is because I refuse to spend that much time trying to figure out what to do. Okay? It's not worth belaboring over that point, you know? And this is something that I think you get used to over time, is that Monster Train may be tough, but it's like... How do I describe this? There's a balance that I have to play into between how fast I run versus how much time I spend making optimal choices, and little bits of like 1 Pyre health, they're not going to change the entire run, right? Now this is a very interesting challenge. Immediately I am shown Welder Helper Vent. You may ask yourself, well, hey, that's a good imp. An imp plus important work, nice. It also is a okay endless target, right? And I have torches to kill it. Pretty decent. It's good survivability. I'm okay with that. I actually think Vent is stronger here. Having a good plus 30 and a good holdover target here is really important if I'm seriously considering the Hellhorned banner, and I am. So I think we grab this Vent and not Mr. Welder Helper. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay. Packed Morsels. This is a great example. I think Packed Morsels is just the card to take here. Not because I think it's great, but because I think it's useful to have some morsels if my run ends up going in that direction. So let's grab it. Making of a morsel is too committal because you have to redraw it. We're going to the magic side because absolutely no way do I want an Umbra banner here. Permafrost, not impressive. Hellhorned banner says Railbeater, sure. He's a winning unit. Cool, we'll click him. I'm going to grab the money, almost certainly. -1, a 20 consume on a torch, great, yes, love it. I don't need this permafrost for anything. You could do it on like Hidden Passage or whatever, but I don't think I'm going to need this. Right? I don't think so. The 25... The Ember reduction is interesting. I'm going to put it into a hidden passage. I think that's okay. And then I can re-roll this. Double stack, unfortunate. I do think I'll take the money anyway, because I'm going to need it for this next floor. I'm okay with that. It's a shame. The double stack has no real value. I guess you could make double stacked Prismal Dust. It's not bad. I'm going to 20 consume another torch. I want to double stack a Prismal Dust? I don't think so. I'm going to make the other hidden passage free and we move on from this. No terrible, big, strong gains here, but I'm fine with it. We're going to grab the unit draft, even though this armor emblem is going to cause us problems. It's fine. It's Prince. It's Railbeater. It's an interesting floor situation. I actually think I'm going to pop the front guy, and because I've drawn so many things, I want the conduit to go up top. I actually think that's beneficial here. I'm going to play both consumers there. We're going to train steward in the mid floor to get the collector. And then what we do is we ascend the conduit on the bottom, which basically gives a free slay to Prince and delays the clergy so that they're not a threat, which is awesome. Yeah, very cool. Alright, Shade Splitter is your friend. I will put Prismal Dust in the back. Why not? Cool. You get that slay, not a problem. I can kill a guy here. Sure. I don't think I can ever get the guy in the back. But, like, you can at least put some numbers into him, and you'll feel a little bad about it, right? I mean, we can pop this, and we get 6 damage here. Can I actually... Like, I'm 1 damage off? Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised it happens like that. We'll take our 5 and be done with it. That's trade for armor, honestly. That's basically the trade for the collector. Not the collector, the other thing. All good. Cool. Alright, we get the win, no problem. Easy combat. 5 damage taken for the trial, it's fine. Now, I do see a vent here. Unfortunate, I didn't take the Welder Helper, and I gambled on it, but it could have been anything, right? Could have been anything. I'm going to actually grab the Hornbreak for an extra ping. I think it's good. Yeah, Immortal Trade, Prismal Dust, Making of a Morsel. You see no Rage cards in your opener. This is a classic struggle. We're going to skip it. I understand it. Yeah, here's your Shadowsiege. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming, obviously. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, do I still take it? It's a very big stat buff. Yeah, you knew this was coming. Whenever anyone says, haha, I found a cheeky thing in sketches as shown in the beginning of the run, we know what that means. I don't have to guess. And the truth is that it's fine. Even if that is a little bit spoilery, there's no way I could justify it. If I can't win this run without sketches, then what am I doing? Now that said, I do actually think this Shadowsiege is a very strong play. For a few reasons. If I see a Horned Warrior, this is nuts. Now, unfortunately, it's just an Umbra banner, but I could look, right? It's unlikely I look, but I could. If you see Horned Warrior, this is excellent. You just put them in, and then you just, like, ascend the floor together, and you create a super floor of these guys. At a minimum, I think I should grab him, right? He's hard to play, but I think he's good. He's good enough. His infusion is so strong, there's no reason not to do this. Yeah, imagine this. You have the sketches, you grab this guy, you go, haha, look at me win, and then you do the infusion here of, like, Railbeater or Shadowsiege, and you immediately dupe the goon, right? It's nuts. Not surprised. Anyway, I'm going to go to the magic shop instead. I don't want an Umbra unit. Fine. Okay, Holdover. Holdover is good. I'm a big fan of that. Give me a plus 30. No? No plus 30? I got a minus 2. Well, that's not that great. Let's go ahead and grab the Holdover for now, because I think that there's an opportunity on Ring 5 for this to pay out. It is Holdover event for sure. Okay, it's something. There's an argument for holding off on that holdover in case you see a really sick old magic here, actually, or Wingmaker. I should have probably done that. Yeah, that is a slight order misplay that I guess could theoretically cost me here. Okay, we see Skull, Blessed Sword. These are not it, by the way, as far as the holdover carry. You can't even hold over a Purge card like this. I'm going to take Skull because this just seems intelligent to have. I want to kill a mini-boss or something. There's no spell chain, right? No? Okay. This does mean that any purges I do now are going to be fine, but once they get Hope for Peace, these purges become consumes. Keep that in mind. Okay, what else do I want? -1 plus 10 Hornbreak is honestly great. Yes, please. Thank you. And then I don't take any of this because I still don't feel particularly strong. Fair enough. Alright, let's move on. It's just, what, Hornbreaker, Prince, and Railbeater, and that's actually it. Which is kind of scary when you think about it. There's maybe a non-zero chance we can play this guy, but it's pretty unlikely. Let me be clear about it. Doesn't seem like it's happening. I'm going to put 2 damage shield on Prince just in case he gets bombed coming up. Alright, he didn't. Well, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You play the Shade Splitter first. We want to avoid Ember Drain here. Absolutely. Cool. This is going to be a very weak floor. Only so much can be done. Alright, give me the Shade Splitter first, of course. Absolutely. Now, 21, he gets hit a bunch. He gets hit only 1 time. He goes 21. He doesn't actually get this kill. I could Torch in front here, and he will get the kill, which I think is actually pretty important. Yeah, we'll do that for the kill. I'm also going to go ahead and elevator Mr. Trusted Priest here just to get him off that floor. This is not a damaging morsel, or I might do the Foot Soldier instead. Fine. Sure. This at least prevents some healing on the next floor. We can torch here, and he now gets the kill. I'm going to Pact Morsels. We're going to give him the damage morsel. It's good. I'm going to Hornbreak. I'm going to ascend the tank on bottom so he's out of there, essentially. I'm going to Hornbreak the guy in front or middle. In back, I think. I'm never killing Mr. Front guy, so let's hit the guy in front, actually. I think that'll be good. I'm going to leave these morsels because they're good. And we chill on this, I think. We are going to leak something, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's a world around it, but... The 10 comes in now. This is an important one to consider. The 10 comes in. I'd like the 6 to go first so that the Railbeater's melee weakness prevents 2 damage to the Pyre. So we do it like this. Cool. I'm going to ping once in middle. I'm going to vent downstairs. I don't really want to hold over the vent, but I do want to answer the back enemies here and prevent as much damage as we can take. Yeah, we take 2 instead of 4 there. It's a minor improvement. We will just play morsels where reasonable. See if I get a good one. Yeah, alright. Health is your friend. Ping something down here. Sure. We're going to live this combat because it's not a particularly scary combat right now, and we have gotten we've gotten him to the point where he's getting a kill every turn, pretty much. So, it's good. He's getting a kill every turn. He gets a kill on this next floor. Great. He just tanks for a while. It's good. Cool. Don't mess with it. I think he's actually relying on this Disciple Murder in order to survive here. This is a sufficient play to win this combat, right? Especially because Prince is getting the proc the melee weakness, so it works out. Now, the question then becomes, how do I not lose the run from this position? Because the combats do get significantly more difficult. Basically, don't take shards unless we get anything that powers us up. Let's skip here. Wretch, Impalate, that has no imps. Shroud Mitosis? No. I have nothing here that matters. Alright, it's Horned Warrior time. Okay, it's Horned Warrior time. We're feeling good about that. That is my infusion. Either way, it could be Horned Warrior into Rail Beater, but I actually think it's the other way around, and it's Shadowsiege into Horned Warrior, and we assemble a Super Floor. Super Floor is tough. Let's go ahead and take card draw here. I'm going to go to the right because it's a prime opportunity to upgrade. We saw the Horned Warrior, so we're okay. We've got a lot of health to work with. Alright, we get a multi-strike plus 25 here, which is incredible. We're just going to jam that onto Horned Warrior right now. Yeah, actually. Yes, 100%. Now, this is where you make the decision, right? Because you could go Horned Warrior into Rail Beater and have a very normal run of it, and then he just gets multi-strike, maybe you draft a quick or something, all good. Now, but I took Shadowsiege, and Shadowsiege's infusion is nuts. I know what you're thinking here. If I had sketches, I have a multi-striking Shadowsiege, and the run becomes absolutely free. You press end turn to victory. Haha, very clean. I'm going to show you how you win this run otherwise. We go multi-strike plus 25 Horned Warrior. This is smart. And then we're going to just jam Shadowsiege onto that floor, and we're going to start ascending together a super floor. Because he's going to give him a plus 60, plus 50, which is huge. My guy is going to be doing 75 by 3, which is 225 damage. And at that point, we're looking to dupe him on ring 6 and ascend a super floor together. I'm going to take space on ring 7, right, or ring 8, or whatever this is, on Fell, so that I can play Prince, and then so it's Prince and then our Horned Warrior on the same floor, and then we ascend things onto that floor. That's how this is going to be. We are going to need to answer Divinity somehow. The sweep damage will kill our floor eventually, but that's what this looks like. Anyway, let's click it. Horned Warrior, there's our plus 25. Thank you, buddy. Great job. Okay, we've got it. I'm going to take this Horde now. Now they show me the guild marker. That's okay. I'm going to actually take Conscription Notice because I'm very weak right now, and I think this will help out. Wrathful. Wrathful too, it is, yes. I might have actually considered a Brawler pivot here, but that's okay. Man, it's weird. I've never actually looked at, like, Reaper 1, Wrathful 1. He really ends up with 34 damage. Guess that makes sense, because he goes up to 15 normally. Alright, strange. Anyway, it's Wrathful 2 time. Let's go. You could argue for a removal here. I'm poor. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. And I did take card draw. Seal of Aggression, multi-strike. Okay, if I play bottom floor with Prince, this actually guarantees him an extra kill, which is nice. We don't do a lot of damage, though. Keep that in mind. I think we can get away with this as long as I don't draw horribly in terms of orders, right? Yeah, so Prince gets a kill immediately. Actually, straight up, Animus of Will is sick here. And just kills a man outright. Amazing. Thank you, Conscription Notice. This is, by the way, a big hedge in how I could take this multi-strike. It works out. I'm going to Train Steward middle. It's fine. Save the torch for later. Sure. Alright, we get Mr. Horned Warrior friend. He drops in, honestly, a pretty solid floor, all things considered. I take some damage here as a result of this, but I could ascend the priest and save 5. It's not impossible to consider. And then play the Train Steward here and do 5 to him. I mean, this is like with trading 5 health for a little bit more likelihood of I don't lose. I'm going to actually do this. What's he end up with? 1742? He'll be okay. He'll be fine. Let's go ahead and just play the Shade Splitter out and take the Train Steward out of here. And we sit on this. I'm okay with this floor. As long as he slays every turn, it's fine. He is doing it. Reminder that this Prismal Dust will cause problems into Relentless, right? He doesn't get enough procs here to get this front kill. So what we should do instead is you put the Prismal Dust in the middle on Animus here. Cool. And we just don't even play the Mr. Rail Beater. It does not matter. And we barely skate through this combat, right? Because the shard count is so low, nothing upgrades, and this becomes reasonable. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I need to tweak anything here, right? I guess I could save 4 health, but I'm okay with this. Yeah, I'm okay with this, I think. Just let it slide. I guess I should take some Shade Splitters for the next turn, right? This is smart. Just play the Shade Splitters out and see what we roll. It's a lot of extra Ember for next turn. I'm okay with that. I don't think I need to do anything fancy here. Just let it ride. Sure. A lot of procs, which is good here. And now I think I'm going to take the 6 damage shield on the guy in front, and this I think actually pays out, right? Let's go ahead and hold over Vent, by the way, in case there's an enemy in the back I care about. There's not. We win. Easy. Game is straight up simple. Cool. Very straightforward. He doesn't even get through because he's so low on damage and everything. This floor is not strong, but the enemy waves are non-threatening right now. We'll take Lightstone Casing, sure. Why not? It could be useful. Hard to skip Alloy of the Ancients. One Horn's Tome does make me a little sad that I didn't go Railbeater because he could have supported it, but it's okay. I think not clicking Inferno is throwing, but I do love Alloy of the Ancients here. We click Inferno. I think I need that. Prism Retrieval. This could potentially make playing out the second Horned Warrior and beyond a little easier to achieve. It's not as good as Channel Song is here, but it's okay. I'll click it. At worst, it doesn't do anything bad to me right now. Yeah, give me that Hope for Peace. I was kind of hoping for a Divine Artifact there, but we'll see. Alright, I can go Removals Magic Shop here, because I already have my upgrades. Yes, we're going to go Removals Magic Shop. Good call. Let's do it. Okay, do the infusion. Ah, no plus 30, no 10 in piercing. Help. I wish. Alright, we're definitely doing Shadowsiege into Horned Warrior. Yes. This was the plan all along. Look at those stats. This man claps. He's incredible. So how we're going to play this for now is... Let me think about this. It's going to be Prince, then Railbeater, and then I ascend the Horned Warrior onto the floor. Yes, that'll work. Intrinsic, huh? Oh, -2 for Inferno is sick here, though. Especially with the Lightstone Casing. We click that, definitely. I have a magic shop here. Give me a holdover. Because 0-cost holdover Inferno is a great way to just kind of... I mean, sadly, I have this vent here, but, like, of course I'm going to make the 0-cost Inferno. Duh. You know what you can do, though? I can plus 10 this vent. Just in case I never see the plus 30, and it's decent. I could even put another plus 10 in it later. This at least keeps it valuable for now. Let's do that. That's really good, actually. Remove Consume. I mean, Remove Consume Petrified Skull is huge. Straight up. It's good. I think I'd rather Spell Chain it and save this money for a possible holdover, though. Yeah, alright. We're online. This Inferno is going to completely clap floors, and my other guys can do other things. 0-cost holdover Inferno. I haven't seen that one in a while. Yikes. Love to see it. Alright, -1. I don't have a great -1 target. Okay, fine. I guess I could put this in like Prismal Dust or something. I'm gonna just... These Shade Splitters don't matter to me. Let's make it 25x2 Hornbreak. Capitalize on this. I'm gonna take removals, I think. I do need to get rid of Mr. Railbeater, I think, right now. Should I? With the Inferno, I think I can get rid of him and just plan on a better floor setup. Which does mean an Intrinsic on the Hidden Passage pays out. I can do it on turn 1 and assemble the squad. Yeah, do it. Click it. Okay. Big upgrades here. So some things we got to do. First, this important work is never getting clicked in this run. This is a genuinely dead card. A Train Steward is better than this because I can at least play the Train Steward and it goes away. So let's cut this important work. It's gone. All right, next, Rail Beater. I think we get rid of it so I can assemble the floor a little better here. Drop Mr. Rail Beater. Goodbye, my friend. And then 60 gold into a removal here, and I'm going removal dupe. Yeah, okay. Buy the 60 gold removal. I'm not going to take that Emberstone for now. I know, it's cursed. I'm going to get rid of a Train Steward. I need to improve this run now. Let's go. I think we have the winning line. All I need is, like, if I see a Daze card or something, we cruise. Harvesters of Death is kind of scary. I get it. I have a holdover Inferno. It's fine. I'm not actually afraid of Harvesters of Death here. Okay. So here's the plan. You go Prince upstairs. Good job. Well done. Oh, Shark. Oh, Shark. Shark goes middle, but not yet. You go Prince, or rather, Horned Warrior middle. The man is huge. We ascend him up. We're going to Shark middle. The reason we Shark middle, by the way, he attacks into spikes, which procs his revenge, which guarantees Collector on the mid floor, which is kind of neat. Anyway, we're going to, in order to make this work, we're going to pop all these little guys and then completely blast this mid dude. All good. Cool, great. You know what's even better than anything I was thinking about doing here? Inferno. Just burp, burp. There goes that floor. Hey, we did it. Hey, fair enough. Cool. I'm not even gonna play that what's it called there. I'm not gonna play the vent. There's no reason to. Burp, Inferno seems good. Cool. Let's go ahead and ascend a what's it called? A morsel upstairs. I'm going to then also put 4 damage shield on the Horned Warrior friend, and we're going to double Entumbra Morsel into the Titan Sentry here. Sure. Hey, look, Inferno. Burp. It's really good. It's, you know, I hate to say it, it's just really good. Oh no, I killed a Train Steward. I'm terrible. It's fine. Ping this guy, it's all good. Put the morsel down. I'll take the 1 extra damage shield up top, it's fine. I'm gonna hold over Inferno because I'd be an idiot not to. I could just stop this damage coming in. I will. It consumes. Why bother? Just Inferno this guy and we chill. I'm going to play out both Train Stewards because they annoy me, and then we sit. I have, what, 4 damage shield for a 200... I can just press end turn and we're fine. True. I'm going to Inferno mid-floor anyway. I'm actually going to torch my own guy for Frostbite because I don't like him. Alright, we win easy. This is the free combat at this point. We did it. Incredible news. There goes my guy. There goes my hero. I'll take a Tempered Talisman here. You know why? I was talking about Vent being a little lame. We'll take it. Yeah, let's do it. March of Shields, branding right with the Tempered Talisman, incredible. I'm going to take the March of Shields because if I see nothing else, this lets me do stuff upstairs. Void Binding, it's such a hard card to play, but all my good stuff is 0 cost, right? Hidden Passages, Hornbreak, Inferno. I could make the March of Shield 0. Let's grab the Void Binding, actually. You think I'm kidding? We'll go left. I need to dupe a lot of things. We're going to remove stuff that gets in my way. You saw it was very hard for me to play Train Stewards. Shade Splitters were actually getting used somewhere, so alright, let's just cut Train Stewards here. They're tough. The dupe here is easy. Make scarier floor. Right? There's no caves here? Right. Someone did die here. This seems to be where the death was. I think we're pretty confidently going to get through this. Hey, they showed me a spell chain. Now we're talking. Give me that Petrified Skull spell chain here. Yes. Now we're like really getting there, right? 23 damage with piercing is a great vent. It's like Inferno, but worse. Why am I upgrading it? It's like it's literally a worse Inferno. The only advantage to it is I can play it while it's on my floor, and it doesn't kill my units. But like, I don't want to hold it over at this point. I guess it's better than doing nothing with my turn once I start playing Void Bindings. Where's my magic shot? Alright, there is a magic shot before I see a Hellvent. I want to make the... Where is it? I want to make the Void Binding free. If I could, like, double stack it and then give it 2 -1s, and then just remove every other card from my deck, this is actually pretty strong. So let's just play into this. Sure. I don't see how we falter here with this big of a floor. If I can connect some pre-relentless turns here, this will work out. Yeah, this is the only unfortunate instance here, is we get what? It's Prince. We put Tycoon on the floor, because you might as well. You get Horned Warrior. We ascend the Lad. Cool. I put other Horned Warrior mid-floor, and then I give armor up top. And we already push 150 through to the boss here. Cool. I'm good with that. Horned Warrior is murdering the middle floor. 100%. We're going to kill this guy in the back because he scares me. And then I'm just going to play double Prismal Dust on the middle guy. You may ask why, and the answer is simply I don't know if I'm going to draw things in the right order. So I want him to avoid passing away. He does just murder this floor, though, because he is scary. Yeah, see, the order of draws matters here. I'm going to go ahead and pop the guy in back here. Now, serious argument for Petrified Sculling this thing, because it pushes... Yeah, it pushes like 150 extra through to the boss, which is huge. I'm not guaranteed to draw things in the right order here. So let's actually Petrified Skull the thing in back. Right? I'm actually going to do that. And then I'll take the... I can't actually play the morsel. Never mind. I have no space. I just got him farmed out. Okay, sure. Alright. We can ascend the floor, though. We ascend the squad, and we're chilling. I'm going to go ahead and play Prism Retrieval here. My guy passes away. I'm not terribly worried about him. Oh no, my train steward, whatever. Alright, yeah, come upstairs, you goon. Great. I do take some damage here. It's unfortunate. Let's just Inferno this upcoming floor. It'll be good for slaying. Is there ever a world where I can push extra damage here? Yeah, I was like, there's got to be a way where I can get an extra 75 through to the boss. That's good. Cool. Great. Excellent news. Alright, let's go ahead and Inferno mid-floor first. Then we ascend the boss back up. Now I'm going to keep Prince alive. And I'm going to vent this floor, which, as it turns out, pushes like another 500 through to the boss. Yeah, the boss is going to pass away because of that extra turn there. So, all good. I'm going to shoot the Hornbreak on man in middle floor. I'm going to Inferno this floor. I guess I could actually just vent it. I'm going to Inferno bottom floor to push more damage into Fell. Then I'm going to ascend her up. Then I'm going to vent her for an extra 29. Sure. We're actually getting some money out of the Tycoon too, which is very funny to me. We're just going to Inferno the boss, and I'm reasonably certain we cannot lose if I just simply put the Void Binding on Prince right now. Cool. I'm actually very confident in this statement. Inferno. Hey, look, we got it. Vent. She has 94 health. There's no world she lives. It's fine. Ah, Void Binding. There you go. Ta-da! This actually saves me 5 gold, because I now get the gold on Tycoon into the boss here, so cool. Lost Prince, but that's okay. Making more money. Cool, alright. Straightforward. Reinforce, that's not it. Blazing Bolts, no way. Too late, don't care. Card draw? Card draw is good here. I can ascend to the floor together instead of having to worry about it. There's always the argument of if I draw both of them on the same turn, You can play one behind Prince, but I could also then just throw away the Prince. I don't actually need him. So let's just take card draw, because this is going to help me a lot. Alright, we're going to go to the magic shop here, because I want to upgrade Void Binding. And I don't need steel upgrades. Also, I could see maybe an overstack here, which would be sick. -1, Void Binding, yes. Permafrost here, don't care. Let's go ahead and just briefly look at the caverns. See what we high roll into. I mean, like, Tempered Talisman plus Petty Theft is always nice. I'm just going to grab the Heaven's Gold here. I'm never generating enough Ember. No, I'm never generating enough Ember that I think Gift of Gratitude is worth it. Let's just take the Heaven's Gold. This will be helpful, because I'm not spending all my money here. I don't care what Wrathful... I mean, I could... What would I want to do with him? Multi-Strike? Is that ever correct? It's not bad. I mean, the Brawler Pivot's probably fine. He gets 35 health instead of 40, which is just a little bit less, but he hits twice, which means he scales better with his own rage. I guess we'll take the Brawler Pivot. He could end up doing something here. Alright. +10. None of these matter. Permafrost. Verify. I don't think any of these matter. Okay, I mean, Argument for Petrified Skull is pretty sick, actually. Alright, we'll take it in the Petrified Skull. That's worth it. I can still re-roll and afford some stuff here. Alright, great. Amazing. We get the double stack, which lets me do absolutely disgusting things with this Void Binding. Love that for me. Cool. This is going to quickly become, I don't know, play Void Binding, win, run, pretty much. Then we make it free again. Incredible news. I'm going to 20 consume another torch. Get that out of here. Alright, good chat. Let's go. Do I want money here? I'm going to be taking another dupe, which is at least 130. I don't see any reason to go harder here, right? This removal dupe does come with removals because it's part of the name. We're making a third Shadowsiege friend. I can't play the Void Binding stuff until I actually get the floor assembled because they cost Ember, but that's okay. Right? This Void Binding is exclusively how do I not lose Relentless. We can just put this on the back guy once we've got the floor assembled, and we Inferno the rest of the floors to buy us essentially infinite time, because all of the threat from those floors get removed when you Inferno them twice. And damage-wise, I don't scale, but it turns out that doing, this is 450 right now, I'll get up to 675. If I don't go too hard on shards, that's enough to threaten. Especially if I hold some cash for Heaven's Gold, I think we're going to be fine. Yeah, we move on from here. You could take that money and buy a removal. I don't actually think the 10 shards are wise. I do not see how Winged Horde threatens us. We have so much wave clear, and we draw very fast. So, cool. Right? Alright, good turn one. When we see, I get Shark. Honestly, I'm going to do the same thing with Shark on the mid floor, but I have to be careful because I can't play the second guy here. So we're going to actually put him downstairs. He attacks and does this swing, which is okay. And I'm going to pop the mid friend. Okay, this works. Fine with it. I may as well play the morsels into him, right? Sure, bud. Here's some lifesteal, I guess. Fine. And I'll give him the Shade Splitter for some extra Ember. Why not? There you go, bud. Have a bunch of stats. Cool. We drop Mr. Shadowsiege friend middle. Excellent. I'm going to March of Shields upstairs. Every bit of armor helps. And then I give up on... Hey, look, Titan Sentry. Sorry, bud. We're going to kill you now. Inferno this floor. All good. Toss the damage shield on middle friend here. Good. Just in case, right? Just in case it matters. Inferno downstairs. Cool. This clears the horde part out of this, and we pretty easily beat the mid-floor friend. And we actually killed this guy on middle too, which is incredible, right? So I can train Steward out, and then we vent here. Oh, I didn't do the math on it, didn't I? That's funny. He lives with 1 health and then gets ascended like that. It's cool. If I actually struggle with this in any appreciable way, I can just Petrified Skull him. It's kind of funny. I didn't actually think of it. I was like, ah, dang. Okay, the units are played. This matters because it means I could just drop in Mr. Voidbinding and go nuts. I sure could. Sure can. 100% can do that. Do I sack from this position? Maybe. Maybe it's good enough, right? 2 damage shield and then drop in the Voidbinding. This Voidbinding put him at 99 by 3. It almost actually kills mid-floor man, which is pretty cool. I think it's more correct to buff upstairs middleman. This hidden passage is free, right? Yeah. Prince is going to pass away, though. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to play it out as if... Yeah, I'm going to play it out on mid-floor and let it ride. I'm going to... I don't need this vent anymore. We're fine. Yeah. Okay, sure. Great work. You know why this matters? We just ascend the floor together. It's cool. I'm going to Inferno mid-floor. It's great. I can actually just kill this guy now. He's gone. Good job. I could kill this guy. May as well. He's gone. Cool. Great work. Hey, look. We did it. And then I just keep playing this Voidbinding and we cruise. Right? Everything is free. Hold over the Inferno. We chill. This is kind of what you're looking for, right? There's Inferno. None of my other cards are playable, and this is actually okay. Hornbreak the man. Inferno the man. Vent the man. Great. Do damage. I'll probably draw Voidbinding again. Cool, look, we did it. And then you just put this in the front, and it's free. As long as I don't accidentally Inferno the floor, we're fine. Sure, cool. This works. Yeah, this wins the run, which is silly, but works. Tiresome Climb is amazing. Tiresome Climb is such a good card. I'm going to click it. I have to click it. That is one of the things I was asking about. Umbra Stone would be fun here. It more efficiently uses my damage. I'm going to click that too. This does mean that it delays me a little bit as far as actually setting up my Voidbinding, but the Voidbinding is for Relentless. We go to the dupe because of course we do. I need to cut trash cards. Give me a -2 maybe, would be the best. Now they give me the +30. Well, to heck with you, bud. To heck with you. That's okay. We can make it work. Improved Firebox. Ah, I might actually take that. I might actually take that. Let's go ahead and trash the last Train Steward. This is important as a removal because it means that this Prison Retrieval now is going to get one of my 3 Horned Warriors. I do want to also trash a Shade Splitter here. It is utterly unplayable. Okay, good job. The dupe here was always going to be on Horned Warrior, but we should look, right? We're going to take the Firebox because I'm about to intrinsic a Tiresome Climb. Yeah. We're going to take the Firebox. I'm going to re-roll this. Ashes. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I'm probably going to save most of that money. We're going to take the intrinsic on the Tiresome Climb. I think that is just objectively correct. I'm going to duplicate Mr. Horned Warrior. Yes, that gets me over the 600 damage threshold that I require. I was holding out because there might have been an opportunity for a Pyrestone housing, and I would have taken the 3rd upgrade into a couple of these, but it's fine. Now, there is a balancing act held here, right? 140 is fine, or rather, the 74 Pyre attack versus Heaven's Gold, but the 90 gold removal is almost certainly valuable enough. And every single removal powers me through faster. So let's go ahead and cut a Shade Splitter here. 250. Now the question becomes, is 12 Pyre damage worth another removal? I'm guaranteed to kill at least one Petrified Skull target, which is a mini-boss. Or something. It depends on how early I go into Voidbinding, right? I think redrawing faster is worth more to me than anything else. So let's cut another Shade Splitter. Okay, and we sit on this. 130 gold, 53, it's enough. 140 is okay. I could go ham and like plus 30 a torch or something, but no. I think we want to respect Divinity's stats and just go from here. So yeah, 140 out of 100, let's send it. I think this is pretty confidently victorious. This is a 0 scaling, and yet we still have damage run. And it's one of the reasons I advocate for Shadowsiege anyway, right? This guy's got his stat line just gives a multi-striking man a crazy amount of support. Wow, okay, this is a floor. So, this is going to be strange, but I want to do Horned Warrior up top, Horned Warrior middle, ascend him, then I'm going to play another Horned Warrior middle, and I'm going to tiresome climb him up to full ascend my floor together right away, and then Prince lives on mid floor. Now, alternatively, I could get the conscription notice unit in front here, and I think I will do that. That requires I give away Prince, though, instead of putting him on middle, and that's fine. Yeah, okay, so, like, Shark upstairs is solid. Then we drop Horned Warrior, then we get Horned Warrior, then we ascend, then we get Horned Warrior, then we ascend him, and that seems pretty good to me. Alternatively, we could take this hit, send the man up, and crack literally all of his damage shield on this turn. I think that's just superior. Push 75 damage through. I think that's excellent, in fact. Okay. Now this also spreads around some of this stuff early. Hey, we get the hidden passage on a really good turn. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and also play the trample stone here. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to probably put this in the front guy because he's the one I'm going to put the void bindings into. So we'll do that. I don't think there's a world I can save my guy downstairs. He might live if I tank and then also Petrified Skull the other friends. I'm going to Inferno mid-floor though, because it has him on it. There. Now, I actually think this is correct, right? It's a weird play, but my goal is to try to bait Seraph from sapping my floor to oblivion here. So I think this works out. Burn this card. Okay, sure, fine. Like, he comes downstairs now. That's okay, honestly. Now, the question has become, do I have anything else I really want to play? The answer is I don't actually think I do. So let's begin the void binding process here. Void binding, give him the damage shield as well, but I am going to take this opportunity real quick to play the Petrified Skull in a valuable way. Goodbye. I can actually keep Prince alive by venting down here too, which is cool. Cool, we Inferno mid-floor, and I vent downstairs, and he actually puts 42 damage into the boss, which is, you know what? Fair enough, man, fair enough. Cool, and now it's just I have nothing better to do than kill this enemy. Every enemy I kill adds so much value. We give up on Prince. He's gone now. He has passed away. Fine. Vent upstairs. We push all numbers through to the boss. Cool. I do have to avoid I have to worry about a little bit about sap everywhere, but we can just vent this floor and it's pretty strong. We Inferno middle. All good. I can save this health upstairs, and I will. Every little bit matters. And then I just keep venting the floors that the boss is on. It's fine. I think he comes back upstairs now. Remember, since I'm not scaling, this is actually kind of a little cheeky, right? It's a little cheeky. An Inferno middle. And then what? We're venting upstairs, I'm pretty sure. Seems good. You could, like, ascend some stuff together or whatever. It's fine. I'm just going to blast this floor. All good. Puts another, like, 600 numbers through. All good. That's a lot of damage we're doing to this man. This is the last time he saps my floor, which does feel a little bad. I'm going to Inferno middle again because reasons. I'm going to save some health upstairs with the vent. Cool. Vent is actually turning out to be pretty decent because I can play it on my floor, and that's excellent. Void binding. Click the button. Inferno middle floor. Amazing. We lose Titan Sentry. You know what? He did his best, alright? He did his absolute best, and that's just fine. Okay, sap ticking down. I'm good with this. We hold over. We Inferno middle floor as well. It's all good. Just burn that away. Hit the boss. Cool. I'm going to blast the man upstairs to save the damage shield here. Cool. Get rid of him. And then we vent middle. And it's just the boss now. I'm not going to ascend because I do tick down sap this way. I just don't see how this loses. Yeah, it gets there. Good job. Like, he swings and it's like, ha ha ha. We have raw stats, though, that are just good enough. Even with the sap, it's good enough. Man, it doesn't take any kind of trickery here. I'm just raw stats through this whole run, and then I spam that Void Binding whenever I draw it. And that's it. That's everything. Also click Inferno. It turns out Inferno is a good card. Hey look, that wave is just passed away now. Now with this draw order, I actually do get Prince up here, which is fun. Right? You get Prince. Hey, Tycoon? Sure, why not? Seems good. We're going to go ahead and Tiresome Climb upstairs because obviously. I'm going to go ahead and Horned Warrior middle, bring him up. This is the guy that gets Mr. Umbra Stone. This is also the guy that gets Mr. 5 damage shield. Great. That's 2 turns I get to kind of play around. Right. We Inferno bottom floor. Good. I also murder this man. Good. I'm going to go ahead and play Horned Warrior. Drawing them both like this, not ideal. I don't want to play them both because I can't Inferno my floor. I'm going to damage shield the middle guy to save some health. Cool. I'm never going to have him perma-dazed, and that's just going to be fine. Good. We can ascend this floor together a little bit here. Inferno bottom floor a bunch. The question you now have to ask yourself is, do we win if I don't click Void Binding? I think so, right? We're currently on par. I need to make sure that my units do not pass away. I could potentially redraw. I also really like to get the last Horned Warrior on the floor, so we just literally press end turn here, I think. Oh, actually, I could draw him, right? Right now with Prism Retrieval, I have it. And then, oh, this is actually really good, because I was worried I might not be able to draw him, but if I do Prism Retrieval on him, right, he actually gets buff, which is cool. I play him middle now. Now I actually Void Binding him, and he clobbers this next floor, and I can keep Infernoing bottom. I do lose the second Petrified Skull if it matters, but I think this is better than alternatives. Okay, fine. Alright, yeah, we lose second Petrified Skull. I just Inferno bottom floor, I'm not afraid, and I vent middle, and I think that this chills and kills all of those enemies. And we're now just racing straight up. Alright, fair enough, man, fair enough. I'm going to Inferno bottom floor. We lose our prince and friend. I'm going to Petrified Skull the mini-boss here because it buys me an entire extra turn of my guy. I'm going to vent downstairs. I actually don't want to hold on to vent here. Yeah, let's play the pack morsels, by the way, and just get them played out. They go away, no problem. I take this damage, it's okay. Upstairs, whatever, it's fine. Sure. Alright. Cool, we get the hidden passage. My guy elevates, he ascends. Alright, now it's just a question of how do I keep my floor from passing away, and the answer is by the might of Void Binding. Cool. By the might of Void Binding, I'm going to Inferno middle because I want to save hits. We're pushing 800. I am racing here. It's kind of funny. I think there's a possibility of a really solid pre-relentless here. Right? I push him up for 22 damage to the floor. I'm not mad about it, by the way. I think we win next turn. I just accept this hit. We're racing against sweep damage, and it's going to have to be okay. I think we win here, right? Yeah, we got it. Good. Excellent work. Victory, in fact. Cool. And then you Inferno whatever floor you feel like. Oh, actually, I win with Inferno. Never mind. You ever kill a boss with Inferno? Never done that one before. Anyway, pretty clean. It's a race on Divinity because of the sweep, but it's raw numbers, right? There's no scaling, so everything I do is just pure numbers. Pure numbers, no scaling, and I'm okay with that. The Void Binding I was using more for defense than anything. It's just I need to buy turns. A -2 on, if I had seen it on Ring 8, would have been incredible. Anyway, let's go to the challenge. It's a pretty solid run. Somehow I got the highest score. That seems unlikely. That seems unlikely. I guess I am going to click this and see my run. Let me see what everyone else did first. Did anyone actually do sketches? You know what? I'm glad. I'm glad no one YOLO'd sketches here. Cool. All right, let's talk me first. So what was my plan? My plan was why scale just Shadowsiege? It's like I said, this episode is going to be named after it. It's all numbers, no scaling. And it's actually one of the few ways you can pull this off. This guy just hits for 225. I basically built a sketches floor, right? That's literally what I did here. It's obviously not as good as it would have been if I had taken, multi-striking Shadowsiege, but I didn't have sketches and I wasn't going to see it. So because I knew it was the beginning. Anyway, this works great. Multi-strike plus 25, huge stat numbers, just face tank. I also think this is a very important consideration for how many shards you take really matters here. Every little bit of extra damage you give the Divinity, that makes him that much scarier. You run the risk of losing your guy one turn earlier. Your mini-bosses get that much a little trickier. Now, those weren't really a problem because I did have the skull to just murder the first guy and push all that damage through, but still, it could have been really bad. It's not, I'll be honest, I haven't actually done the Ascend a Floor Together thing in a while. And I definitely haven't done the YOLO Void Binding with just zero cost cards in a while either. But thanks to all the magic shops I was going to and really thanks to Lightstone Casing, I think this worked out in my favor. So I was very pleased by that. We had pretty good turn ones on most combats once I got the improved firebox. My Divinity did give me the Umbra Stone right away, which was nice. I could kind of assemble the floor in a good fashion. What else is worth calling out here? Intrinsic Tiresome Climb. It's nice. It bought me turns. Honestly, I think that really helped. Big difference there. There is the other world where I could have assembled the floor on the middle, right? This was another consideration to avoid getting swept out. But I think it races less effectively because enemies will walk into me, but it survives Relentless better. And then you just Void Binding the front guy and he takes those hits, and that's fine. I think if I felt a little less confident if I didn't have this Tiresome Climb, actually, I think that's the real clutch here. If I didn't have Tiresome Climb, I'm pretty sure I try to play middle on Divinity and just have the front guy face tank it with Void Bindings because he gets damage shield 4, which is not a lot, but it's something. And yeah, it would have been weird. I would have also had, the Prince in front, because I would have assembled the floor middle. So we would have had some random tanks, which is good. The Wickless Tycoon as well, having gotten him a second time. So, but yeah, basically this is ascend the floor together, play zero cost Void Binding and just send it, and then raw stats through everything. Now, that's pretty good, right? We got a really good two-turn boss rush on Divinity, which I wasn't expecting, even though I took 26 damage. Which I straight up took 22 of this because I ascended an enemy into the pyre just to make myself do a little more damage to the boss, which was worth it in my opinion. Now, let's see. I'm not going to talk through everyone's choices here. Look at this person with a very normal, impish scholar scaling run. Look at this. What is this? You get the Ashes of the Fallen at the end. This is like a super normal run. They even went to 265 shards. They took 98 damage on the Divinity. All right, well, hey, it happens, I suppose. I've been there. And then what is the play here? You most blessed sword? Okay, they made this instead of the Inferno. This is just bad Inferno, which is depressing. That's okay. That's actually very depressing. This is just bad Inferno. I don't think I would have ever done this on this particular one, but that's okay. Fair enough. Hold over making of a morsel. What was the plan? Wait, so they just feed morsel miners into Railbeater? And they're using Impish Scholar Insanity to bring back a bunch of Alloy of the Ancients every turn. But the problem is they've also built themselves in such a way that there's like a pseudo infinite almost if they can get enough excavated embers in the pool and also pull out everything else. You can just infinite off of Impish Scholar and the excavated embers here. If you had, I think you'd need to dupe something in order to make this work. Maybe second imp. Maybe dupe the import work. I'd have to actually work out the flow of the turn, but there's definitely an infinite in these 3 cards here. This run is insane. I would never have played this. And I mean, this feels very risky, right? You're so slow. You're so slow. Oh my gosh, this is painfully slow. I'm surprised this didn't lose. Honestly, this is, you look at this, you're tanking off of the Impish Scholar. This is like, if you miss a single piece of this, I feel like this just falls apart. This is crazy. I would love to see a recording of this run, honestly, because this just does not seem like something I would have ever tried. So that's cool. I'm glad to see that. What do we have here? Yeah, the Morsel Maker. This person picked Morsel Master. They're literally just duping the value of Morsel Miner constantly. I don't know how in the world anyone assembles this naturally. What, you walk out of ring 2 and you go, I need this morsel. I need this making of a morsel just in case I'm using Miner for scaling. Wow, very impressive. I don't know why they took so many shards though. Yikes. They just went hard. Crazy. All right, this is a much more normal looking run. This is what I was expecting people to play, right? The Morsel Maker infusion is slow, and then you just make a bunch of them and assemble the floor, I guess. Yeah, they do that as well. They got quad of them, so straightforward, honestly. I think this is functional, right? This is a functional line. The nice thing is that you can actually just play a bunch of them on the same floor and assemble them as you need to, and then they scale together. And your goal here is what? You take the Tiresome Climb. Yeah, he has it, or they have it. I don't actually know. But they take the Tiresome Climb, you just daze, you do your best, you hold over the Inferno at 1 cost, all fine. Yeah, same, straightforward. They missed the Lightstone Casing, though, which would have benefited them a lot, but I understand that this line would have been a lot scarier into that combat. So, okay, fair enough. What else do we get? This is the person who lost. Let's see what they did. Okay. Right. So this is something I mentioned. But remember, this is a very weak line if you don't have scaling. I actually think something like the Morsel Maker is a requirement. This is what I consider like a cursed Umbra scaling line, because it's something. It's numbers. It's not great, but it's something. I think this Horned Warrior infusion is only really good if you have some kind of external source of scaling, and you don't in this run, right? There's no ritual. Yeah, there's no ritual. There's no imp, like fledgling imp. You have nothing. So as a result, you're what? You're scaling him with morsels? It's too slow. Unless I guess you go crazy and make Morsel Master with Impish Scholar to save your run. Insane. I know why this loses, though. This is predictable. I could have seen it. I saw this a mile away, right? If you go this approach and you don't have the scaling, what do? Void Binding isn't enough. You could have maybe gotten away with this if you'd had the double stack and got it all set up at that point, but I didn't assemble this until ring 8, so I don't actually think that you would have been able to do it. So that said, I don't think this was actually taking advantage of any particularly useful like Lightstone Casing angles, right? Like, there's no Lightstone Casing plays being used. You even have the Relic. I think you maybe could have gotten away with something here. Holdover Inferno would have at least done something to Fel. I do see how Fel just beats you up, though. At 120 shards into Fel, she's hitting you so many times. If you're not strong enough, or if you haven't just killed her by raw damage already, you're going to struggle. But, yeah, you can see my run. All stats, no scaling. We take it, so... Anyway, Hey, I think that's all I've got for you, so thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.